Right, so we're into the 18th chapter. In this, we have did till 18.65, I guess, 64. So in the chapter, basically the renunciation, how to the perfection of renunciation we are basically learning here. And it is basically the summary and conclusion of the whole Bhagavad Gita, the chapter 18. Until now, we have seen that how to acting with the detachment, true renunciation brings freedom from reaction. What is pure, what one who is in, who is a one who is a tyagi, one who is a enunciated person. Then we have seen that is conclusion of the Sankhya and the Vedanta philosophy. Action directed by the super soul being freedom from the reaction. That is the conclusion from it. That basically one who listens to the super soul, the Paramatma, basically one gets freedom from the reactions. Third part, we have entered the entanglement of the three modes, and we are entangled. We are here due to the three modes of material nature, as discussed in the 13, 14, 15 chapter also. And then 41 to 48 is the worshipping the Lord through the one's occupational work is true renunciation, right? We do as per, as per our guna karma vibhagasya, as per the scriptures, as per the Lord, and doing occupation, then no reaction will come. That is true renunciation without being attached, right? And brings freedom from the reaction. From there, we went to the Jnana Yoga to the pure devotion service, Nishkam Karma Yoga to pure devotion service. Then we discussed about how the pure devotional service is being done. Then we from 61 to 63 we discussed on the surrender to the super soul, right? We'll proceed there.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Sorry for being late, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Vishwas Mataji, then Pranam Mataji. Right. So we did the 64th part, I guess. Right, three parts, right? So in the three parts, basically the most confidential knowledge that Krishna reveals is the first part is the Guhya. The first part is the knowing just that the confidential knowledge of the Brahman, that we are not body, we are the soul. That is the first part. That is the confidential knowledge, right? Then the second part comes Guhyatra. Guhyatra means more confidential knowledge of the super soul. One is knowing just, one is coming to the consciousness of Vijnana Yoga is just being knowing that he is not the body, is the soul. That is first part. That is the confidential knowledge, right? And Goyatra, more confidential comes when one knows that there is one more super soul is also there, right? Super soul is because if one is not understanding this, then he will assume that he is himself the God, right? That the last snare, the last snare of the Maya is that one assumes that he is himself the God, right? So another confidential knowledge is that the knowledge of the super soul. The super soul is in the heart only, Hriday Deshe, right? Sarvasya Cham Radhi Vishnu, right? In the basically super soul is lying in the heart, right? And the Guhyata, the most confidential knowledge is we need to surrender to the Supreme Personality Godhead. Because if one does not comes at this stage, then reading of Bhagavad Gita is useless, right? If one does not understand, one does not get the essence of the Bhagavad Gita, the most confidential knowledge that one needs to surrender to the Supreme Personality Godhead, then whatever one has learned, then it is of no use, right? So 18.65 we will start. Manmanabhava madbhakto madhyagi mam namaskuru mameva shashi satyam te paritagne priyosi me. Hare Krishna. Translation.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna. Then what?
Always think of me and become my devotee. Worship me or offer your homage unto me. Thus you will come to me without fail. I promise you this because you are my very dear friend. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. The same shloka was in the ninth chapter also, right? The most confidential knowledge. Again, why? Because this shloka again and again, same shloka Krishna is repeating. Why? Because he wants you, man mana bhava mad bhakta. Always think of me, because he wants you to see that, in the ninth chapter, in the 18th chapter, again and again, he says only one thing, that always think of me, always think of me, become my devotee. Not he is saying that you become your own devotee, not he is saying that, become someone else devotee, not he is saying that become demigod's devotee, not he is saying become nature's devotee, not he is saying become the karma's devotee or your actions devotee, right? Nothing like that, nothing like ambiguous like that, nothing vague propositions here is being here spoken about, right? Here it is very clear that man mana bhav mad bhakto, always think of me, become my devotee, worship me, madhyagi, worship me, mam namaskuru, and offer homage to me, right? Always offer homage to me, mam eva shashi satyam te, thus you will come to me without fail, right? He is assuring, I promise you this because you are my very dear friend, right? So he is promising again and again to Arjuna that if you worship me, if you become my devotee, if you always think of me, if you pay homage to me, then you will come to me. So basically the crux of here, the basically bottom line here, it is being seeken that whatever you are doing in your life, whatever you are doing, whatever occupational work is you are doing, dovetail it such that it is always, you are always in the remembrance of the Lord. So whatever work we are doing, we should dovetail our life like that, so that we can always think of the Lord, right? In any case, right? Whatever you are doing, if you are directly working from, you just need to remember Krishna in whatever thing you are doing. If you are remembering Krishna, then that work is fine, right? If you are not able to remember Krishna, then there is an issue, right? So we need to dovetail all our work always thinking of him, right? Always thinking of, become his devotee and become his devotee, right? Become his devotee, worship him. How one becomes a devotee? By following his order, right? If one does not follow the orders of the teacher, and he say that I am his student, then the teacher will not feel good to call that he is my student. But if a student has listened to the teacher, then the teacher will say, yes, I am pleased with him, because he listens to me very carefully, right? So teacher gets pleased when the student is basically follows his order. So similarly, if we follow the spiritual master's order as per the scriptures, it is been written, it is been said by the Lord, if you follow the spiritual master's order, then it is said by the Lord, then we become the devotee, then we become a devotee, right? Then we worship him because we know that who is Krishna. If one knows that Krishna, then definitely he will worship him. He will pay homage to Krishna, right? So if we do these four things, right? If we do these four things, then what will happen? We'll definitely go to Krishna, right? So we need to always, whatever we are doing, we need to remember that our main goal is to always think of Krishna, right? Always think of him and become his devotee, right? Then what will happen? Then what will happen? Ultimate surrender. This is the shloka, right? Sarva dharman parityaja mamekam sharanam vraja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshishyami mam suchaha. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Matani.
Abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reaction. Do not fear. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So why here Krishna is clarifying? Because someone will think, oh, I have this work, I have that work, I have family, I have this and that, I have karmic duties, I have jnani duties, I have dhyan duties, dhyan yoga duties. But here Krishna is saying that, abandon everything. Abandon everything. Don't think about karma yoga, don't think about dhyana yoga, don't think about various activities, various sins you have made in your life. You will be thinking that, oh, I have done so much things. Someone will be thinking that I have eaten non-veg, I have eaten this, I have done this, I have killed so much, like Valmiki, right? He had killed so much, right? But at the ultimately, if it truly from the heart one surrenders onto him, if sarva dharman parityajam, if you abandon all the religion and ultimately all kinds of whatever religion activities you were doing, what were the dharmic activities you were doing as per the scriptures, as per karmic yogi, some dhyani yogi, some jnani yogi, some kind of yoga one is doing, right? Karm kanda, you are sinful activities one is doing. So all kind of religion, you just abandon them. Sarva dharma parityana, abandon it, right? Maam ekam sharanam. If you go into only his Maam ekam, just surrender on to me, right? Only him we need to surrender. Aham tom sarva papibhyo. So he will deliver from all the sinful. It will make it, zero. He will make it zero. We just need to surrender from the heart, right? Do not fear, right? We need not to fear that, okay, this duty has to win, this is not has to win. But if we surrender onto the Lord, then he will take care of everything, right? It will not like the Putna, right? He had killed so many childs, so many child before, before giving milk to the Krishna. So all the children were, killed, right? A lot of small childs were killed before going to the Krishna. right? But she was delivered because at the heart she was pure. It had she had the pure desire, right? So all the sinful reaction, like the Valmiki, he had killed so many. Like Angulimal, Buddha basically given him knowledge, then he basically gets surrendered onto the knowledge of the Buddha, and Angulimal basically surrenders and all his reactions are gone, right? Similarly, all the sinful reactions are gone. It made zero if we abandon everything, all the varieties of religion, and just surrender on to me, right? So this is the crux, this is the essence of Bhagavad Gita, that ultimately if one reaches this goal, if he understands that one needs to surrender to Krishna, then everything is fine, right? So the first part
Prabhuji,
was the confidence. Hare Krishna
sorry,
Mataji. Yes,
Prabhuji.
Mataji.
Prabhuji, all varieties of religion, is it pertaining to demigod worship, Prabhuji? Or what
No,
all does it?
Mataji, the religion, Mataji, we have clarified that religion means whatever written in the scriptures, that is dharma, right? And
Yes,
whatever not, it is not written in the scriptures, it is irreligion. It is as simple as that. We don't have to confuse it with anything else. We just need to have
okay.
clarity. Whatever written in the scriptures is religion, basically, right? So all kinds of religions means various occupational work one is doing, various occupational duties one is doing, various, as per the scriptures one is going, not doing, and he has done various sins. He will be thinking, "No, I am so sinful that how will Lord accept me?" Right? Like this one will be thinking, right? But here Lord clarifies for his devotee, right? That's why he first says first become my devotee. In the 18.65, he says, Manmana bhava mat bhakto, right? First he says, and become my devotee. Then what one will do? He will get able to surrender. Because if one is not a devotee, how one will able to surrender, right? So one need to realize that he needs to surrender. Then only the moment he knows that who is Krishna, he is his will forgive, everything. He will automatically apply 18.65. In the next minute he will do 18.66. It is like that only, right? It will be done in that order only. So 18.66 needs to be on kind of. So demigod worship is not like not Mataji, basically, who is to be worshipped, basically worshipping is for only for Krishna. Rest all, we pay humble, or we pay our obeisance to the demigods, right? It's not like we don't pay obeisance to the, like we pay obeisance to the Vaishnava. So Shiva is the topmost Vaishnava, right? So before the Shiva existed, before the Brahma existed, everything did not existed when only Krishna was there, right? So he is the Purusha, right? He is the original supreme personality Godhead, right? This we need to understand, right? So it is not being said that we don't need to pay our homage or pay our obeisance to the Vaishnavas, to the demigods, right? They are much above us. They are much above us. The demigods are much above us, right? It is not said that. The religion is basically following religion is doing something as per the religion, right? Doing as per the scriptures, but basically that is religion. So Krishna is saying abandon all varieties of religion. Whatever you have seen, whatever, just surrender unto me, because one who looks towards the super soul, one who sees that what super soul is saying that needs to be done, then he will abandon everything and he will just surrender, right? Leave everything and work. He will start working for Krishna only, right? He will see that who is the pure devotee of Krishna. He will identify him and he will work under him, right? So that he is serving Krishna, because you cannot right now directly serve Krishna. So at the heart you surrender to the Krishna, and you follow his pure devotee. Have the sadhu sangha with the basically pure devotee of the Lord, right, Mataji? That is being spoken here, Mataji.
Right, Prabhuji. Thank you, Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna. Hare Krishna. So confidential knowledge. This is a summary of 18.546, that knowledge of the Brahman, right? That one needs to have a Brahman's birth needs to come at the Brahman stage, Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma Na Sochiti Na Kankshiti, right? And that we are not the body, we are the soul. Second, the more confidential knowledge of Paramatma, that Hriday Deshe, the Paramatma is living in the heart, and the most confidential devotional service to Bhagwan Shri Krishna. Now, complete surrender to the Krishna, Manmana Bhava Mad Bhakto, and Sarva Dharma Parityajam, right? So devotional service is the best. Devotional service is by surrendering. It will come by surrendering. Right now, Krishna will tell to whom to teach Bhagavad Gita, and and whom not to teach. Whom to not to teach, and whom to teach. Basically, to whom we will teach. What will happen, right? Idam te napakshakaya na bhaktya kadachana, na cha shushreshave bhatyam, na cha mam yo pashuyati. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna Prabhuji. This
Hare
confidential
Krishna.
knowledge may never be explained to those who are not austere or devoted or engaged in devotional service, nor to one who is envious of me.
Hare
Prabhuji,
Krishna.
how can somebody be envious to Krishna, Prabhuji?
We are also envious, Mataji. We are also envious. Are we at the pure heart that Krishna is having everything? We are not even thinking 1 second that he is having everything and we are not having. The envious character is, Mataji, you need to go deep. It is about contemplation only, Mataji. That how one is envious, easily one becomes envious of the Lord, that he is having everything, why cannot I have everything? Because we are thinking that this mobile is our, this laptop is our, this home is our, this, all these rubbish things, we are thinking that, but it will all belongs to the Lord, right? We are envious, that's why we are here, Mataji. If we were not envious, we won't be here. We are just envious because we wanted to lord over the material things. We don't agree with the thing that everything belongs to the Lord. We wanted that, I also want the proprietorship of the things. So Lord says, okay, go take the proprietorship of the things, right? One is envious of the Lord, basically. That's why he is trying to lord over the material thing, right? That's why we are here. There is no other desire want to lord over the, no, at the topmost of that is the lust, is the topmost of it, no. Lust, anger and greed, the lust is the topmost, right? For that only, that desire only we are here. There is no other desire. So one becomes envious. But one who is a devotee, again and again, lifetime after lifetime, one who understands, then you come to the platform of that, Krishna is the supreme personality God, and you start chanting, you start your bhakti progress, bhakti yoga you do, and again you reach to the supreme personality Godhead, right? So this is the developmental stage it is going on, Matari. So one becomes envious, right? There are many percent, many 99.9% you will see in India are basically Vaishnava, right? They are all Vaishnava. They believe in God, right? They believe in God. That is not an issue. But still they are envious, right? But still they are envious. They say that okay, by some point they see that okay, God exists, but but they don't totally agree to it, don't they keep the vratas also. Some I have seen that they keep some ekadashi vrata, but they are not so much believed to, Krishna is the only, the topmost, supreme personality God. Shivji is also they assume like that. They have the misconception is also there. Some keep the vrata, some keep the vrata, and they don't not much believe in the scriptures, and they just keep the vrata to have some material gains. So one is envious only, Matali. One is envious. We need to see that, how the envious is acting. Enviousness is basically at many levels. So one act because we want to lord over the material nature. That is our the characteristics of being envious of someone else. Everyone is trying to imitate the Lord, basically, right? Lord is having everything, but one is trying to imitate him, that okay, everyone is trying to collect something, like, but everything belongs to him. So we are basically envious. What, no, we are the only envious person. So this confidential knowledge may not be explained to those who are not austere, right? One is not uh, uh, able to take penance, take austerity is not there, wanted to practice, or devoted, no devotion is there, or engaged in devotional service, not to one who is envious of it. So this is a Lord who is saying, because he will not be able to understand, right? He will not, because if Shraddha is not there, then there's a Bhakti Yoga will not start. It will not start. So basically, first the Shraddha will come, then Sadhu Sangha, then bhajana kriya will come, right? Then another effect will come. So basically it starts from the Shraddha, right? That's why only Bhagavad Gita book is distributed. Not one devotee starts and reciting the shloka to directly to the person who is dealing with. He basically he hand overs, because he will invest, he will have some credit of taking a scriptural book, a transcendental book to his home. When this transcendental book is touched by that person, is touched by the family of that person, that book goes to the house of that person, then the transcendental activity, then the Lord's mercy comes. When the Lord's mercy comes, then one gets engaged in the bhakti yoga, right? So that is the that is the uh, intention behind that. Said one, because Vaishnava are so merciful that they even though one is not the not so much austere, not so much devoted, not having so much devotional service, not is even having being envious of him, but still he basically basically goes to the gives to them so that one is delivered, right? So Vaishnava like that. And we have learned in the four types of pious and four types of impious person, that there are Naradhamas, right? There are Mudhas, there are Narabdharas, there are Maya Pratagyana, that who has knowledge stolen by the Maya, and there are Ashuram Bhavita. Ashuram Bhavita, that the lowest one, that who is envious of the Lord, like Ravana, like Kamsa, that they are envious of the Lord. Right? That is the topmost enviousness of with the Lord. Right? They are always enemy of the Lord. Right? So being envious of the Lord are basically are those. So impious person, right? So for them, Krishna is saying like that, right? So discussion in the purport, why different people envy Krishna? Because he is the supreme and nothing is above or equal to him, right? They are jealous of him, right? They are jealous of him because they want that they should be supreme, not the Lord, right? Why he is the only one? They think that okay, it's like saying that why father, why there is father? I should be the father, right? But that is not possible. That is not the fact. A child is saying, why he is the father, and he is the father. Why? How one can say that? Who should not try to comment on Bhagavad Gita? Envious, faithless. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada says basically, that one should, it is Bhagavad Gita. It is said by the Lord. One should not interpret his own knowledge, right? Saying that Bhagavad Gita, because Lord has not said all those rubbish things. So envious person, if a faithless and those without understanding Krishna from authority of a pure devotee, they will write anything. They will write anything as per their mental concoction and mental speculation. So that is basically very wrong. या इदं परमं गुह्यं मद्भक्तेष्व अभिदश्यति भक्तिं मयि परां कृत्वा मां विपश्यति असंशयः. हरे कृष्ण.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
हरे कृष्ण.
For one who explains the supreme secret to the devotees, devotional services is guaranteed. And at the end he will come back to me. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Ashamshaya मां विपश्यति असंशया. So it is guaranteed, right? Ashamshaya, no sanshaya is there. No sanshaya. Ye ya idam paramam guhyam. For one explains the supreme secret to devotees, right? So pure devotees, right? Srila Prabhupada, right? He explained to supreme secret to the devotees, right? He explained to the devotees, right, what is written in the Bhagavad Gita, what Krishna is trying to tell, that what will happen is serve devotion service is guaranteed, right? There is no doubt in that. Then always we will be engaged in the devotion, and the end, and at the end he will come back to me. So if you want to go to the Lord, what one needs to do, and always we remember the Manmana Bhava Mad Bhakto. Always Sarva Dharma Parityajnam. We have to need to surrender from the heart, totally surrender to the Lord, and always discuss about the Lord. So for the pure devotee, he says that always he's always explaining this secret to the devotees, and devotional service is guaranteed. Right? Such a such as Krishna himself is guaranteeing everything. Right? One who does that, what will happen? न च तस्मान् मनुष्येषु कश्चिन् मे प्रियकर्तमः भविता न च मे तस्मात् अन्यप्रियतरो भुवि. हरे कृष्ण. हरे कृष्ण. Translation even. So there is no servant in this world more dear to me than he, nor will there ever be any one more dear. Right. So here Krishna is saying that like, for the Srila Prabhupada, right, there is no servant in this world more dear to me than he, nor will there ever be any one more dear. Like Hanumanji, like Srila Prabhupada, right? Always they are chanting his glory, Satatam Kirtayantumam, right? Always the supreme secret, this confidential knowledge, the most confidential knowledge that one needs to surrender to the supreme personality Godhead. No one will tell you. Everyone say, do this yagna, do this puja, do this, and have some material benefits, go to the swarga. He will not. He is not talking rubbish, right? In the Srila Prabhupada is explaining that come above all those heavenly planets. Come up Brahma Bhuvana Loka Punaravartino Vajna. Mamupityetu Kontereya, right? So he says that, from the topmost planet of the Brahmaloka to the bottommost, all are places of misery, right? But one who basically surrenders onto Krishna, that but who wants to their repeated birth and death takes place. But one wants to go to the Goloka, one needs to come out of it, right? So one needs to basically come out of this all the 14 planets. So Srila Prabhupada is serious that one need not go to the Swarga also, even not to the Brahma Loka also. He is not worried about that. One, he is literally worried about every individual souls, right? So there is so for him, Krishna saying that there is no servant in this world more dear to me than him, right? Like Prahlad Maharaj, like Dhruv Maharaj, nor will there ever be more dear, right? So these are the devotees, these are the pure devotees for him. Krishna is saying, Adheshyate च imam dharmayam samvadam avayo jnana yajnena tenaham ishtasasyam iti me matiha. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare
And I
Krishna.
declare that he who studies this sacred conversation worships me by his intelligence. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So in this, Shilpa directly saying that one who just read it, right? One who just reading it, not even, in the 12th chapter we learned that either you directly always think of me, and if you cannot do that, at least work for me. If you cannot do that, do sadhana bhakti. If you cannot do that, okay, you at least give up the results. Or if you cannot do that, cultivate some knowledge. But better than cultivating some knowledge is doing nishkam karma yoga, like that he says, right? At the bottommost comes the cultivate some knowledge, right? So even if we only read it, and it declares that he who studies this sacred conversation worships, sacred between the Arjuna and Krishna. One is who is just reading this conversation, he is worshipping him by his intelligence. Why? Because his intelligence is being put into the transcendental activity, right? There is a levels, right? Senses, about the senses are the mind, and the is the mind. About the mind is the intelligence. About the intelligence is the pure soul, right? So intelligence is being used to read this Bhagavad Gita, right? So what is happening? The transcendental activity is being done through intelligence. So one is trying to understand, right? This shloka has no purpose, right? It is self-explanatory. Just you just read it, it is just that you are worshipping Krishna by intelligence. This itself is the devotional service, right? So clear the Shastra is, right? Shraddhavan anashuyascha shunyat api yo naraha sopi mukta subhalokan prapnuyat punya karmanam. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
And one who listens with faith and without envy becomes free from sinful reaction and attains to the planet where the pious dwell. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, right? So one who listens, there should be faith, some Shraddha should be there, right? Some Shraddha is there and without envy, no enviousness, no enviousness. There is Krishna, there is Arjuna. This is all just fact, right? This is just fact is going on. Without envy, the Krishna becomes free from sinful reactions. Your sinful reaction goes away, right? So what happens, sinful reaction, one has done some sinful activities, what will happen? One who listens, even one who even listens, right? One who goes to the class and goes to only listening with faith and without envy, right? What will happen? Sinful reaction will go away, right? Sinful, like in the, like we do tulsi parikrama, right? In the tulsi karma, right? We chant, right? Even if one has done the Brahma Hatya also, Brahman Hatya also, that also will be, that also gets nullified, right? That sinful reaction also get nullified by just doing the parikrama of the Tulsi Ma, right? So we say yani kani cha prapani brahma hatyadikani cha tani tani pranashanti pradakshina pade pade. With every each and step of the parikrama, even if one has done the brahmanatya also, that sinful reaction also goes away. Similarly, here Bhagavad Gita is saying one who listens, only listening to the with faith and without envy, right? With faith and with having full shraddha in the Lord, and having no enviousness with the Lord, becomes free from sinful reaction and attains to the planets where the planet. At least one goes to the Swarga, right? One goes to the Sarga just by listening to the Bhagavad Gita. So you all have already the tickets to the Swarga Loka, right? That that they already all the sinful action will go again and again. You are listening to the this conversation, and everyone who was listening, one can go to the, at least to the some pious some pious activities already being because bhakti yoga is like that. It is not, it never becomes zero, right? It is not like never, you will never regret. Okay, I wasted this time. It will be, firstly, it will be susukam kartum abhyayam. It will always be blissful. This this confidential knowledge, this always be blissful, and it will be all even performing it will be blissful. And secondly, the result of it will also be the nectar, right? So now in the 1870 to 73, the how Arjuna is firmly fixed. Arjuna vacha nashtumoha smritirlabdha tvat prasadan maya achyuta sitosmi gata sandeha karishe vachanam tava. Hare Krishna.
Hare, Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare
Arjun
Krishna.
said, my dear Krishna, O infallible one, my illusion is now gone. I have regained my memory by your mercy. I am now firm and free from doubt, and I am preparing to act according to your instructions. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So Arjuna is saying that, oh Achyuta, no? Achyuta, he is saying Achyuta, my Achyuta, right? Oh infallible, my illusion is now gone. His illusion, whatever illusion, the moha he had, moha with the body, moha with the relation, moha with the sinful reaction, right? Whatever illusion was there, it's all gone with the mercy of him. Now I have regained my memory by your mercy, right? And I am now firm and free from doubt, right? He is in the 10th chapter also, he has declared that, you are the Param Dhama, you are Param Brahma, right? Already he has accepted, everything he has already said. Here again, he is clear, he say he's just prepared, he's just prepared. All the illusion, the Jnana part was remaining, that is also all cleared, and now he is fully surrendered unto the Lord, right? And prepared to act according to his instruction, right? So he is now prepared, right? All this illusion, all that whatever questionnaire was going, so it is all gone.
Prabhuji, regaining my memory by your mercy, yeah, Arjun is trying to tell that he had regained the memory that we are the eternal servant of the God.
Yes, yes, Matari, yes, nothing. Exactly,
Right,
Matari.
Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Tvat prasadat, by your mercy, that he is saying, by your mercy, my illusion is now gone, regained my memory. I am now firm, free from doubt, prepared to act according to your instructions. Right? This is the relations of Arjun. Right? This is finally one is realized. So similarly, we need to also realize that in the forgetfulness, we need to leave off our forgetfulness, that we are not the eternal servant of the Lord. We are rather the eternal servant of the Lord. Right? We have forgotten that Krishna's way, we are the eternal servant of the Lord. Right? So one regains the memory and becomes firm and free from doubt, right? This is the relation if one reaches after reading Bhagavad Gita, then you need not read the Bhagavad Gita again, right? So we have this relation is very necessary relation, right? So this is the important relation that, after reading Bhagavad Gita, all your illusion should be become zero. No illusion should be there. You should regain that. Okay, you should remember that you are the eternal servant of the Lord, right? We are the eternal servant of the, we have just forgotten that, and that's why there is the miseries, right? And then one should be firm that whatever he is doing as per the Paramatma. One should have no doubt because he has learned the scripture and, prepared to act according to his instruction, right? So whatever is, so this is the relation. If one gets, basically his life is successful, right? Life after life he is successful, and he is, and there is no other relation one should have, and this is the ultimate relation, right? So Sanjay's prediction now, now the Sanjay will predict, all this conversation he has heard, how he will now he will say that, who will one he will, what his relation, because he has the mercy of the Srila Vyasdeva, and now he will, predict. So Sanjay said, thus I have heard the conversation of two great souls, Krishna and Arjuna, and so wonderful is that message that my hair is standing on end. Right? So this is the relation. By mercy of Vyasa, I have heard these most confidential talks directly from the master of all mysticism, Yogeshwara, right? Krishna, who was speaking personally to Arjuna, right? So he is very blissful. He is having hair standing on end there, right? So this is around 1 hour, a conversation it is going on, and he's saying that, "O king, as I repeatedly recall this wondrous and holy dialogue between Krishna and Arjuna, I take pleasure being thrilled at every moment." Right? Again and again one will, right? Again also, because one is having so much mercy that, he is able to listen to this conversation. You can see this conversation. We can see this conversation, you can listen to this conversation, right? So you can see that how much, how much pious he is, how great Vaishnava he is, and how even he is taking pleasure, such a rare soul, such are there, right? तच्च संसत्य संसत्य रूपम अद्भुतम हरे विस्मयो वे महान राजन पश्यामि च पुनः पुनः. हरे कृष्ण.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
हरे कृष्ण.
Wherever there is Krishna, the master of all mystics, and wherever there is Arjun, the supreme archer, There will
Mataji,
also
Hare Krishna,
certain.
Hare Krishna. Mataji,
Yes, please.
18.77 Mataji.
Sorry, I'm sorry, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
O King, as I remember the wonderful form of Lord Krishna, I am struck with wonder more and more, and I rejoice again and again. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So again and again, so he is taking bliss, saying he is taking bliss in this conversation because he has listened to the Gita, right? He has listened to the Gita, the song of the God, Bhagavad Gita. He has listened, right? So he is remember when I remember the wonderful form of Lord Krishna, right? So whom shall we remember? Wonderful form of Lord Krishna. We shall not remember any other form, right? For the Vishnu or the Vara avatar, or no, any other avatar. It is not recommended. To whom it is man mana bhava mad bhakto. What the Krishna is recommended that we remember only Lord Krishna's form, right? Supreme Lord, personality of Godhead. He has his own form. He is a personal, he is a person, and basically, we should remember that form, right? That form, right? Remember the wonderful form of Lord Krishna. Here also, Sanjay, what he is remembering, he is not remembering the Virat Rupa, Vishwarupa, and all. He is remembering wonderful form of Lord Krishna. So we need to remember directly Lord Krishna. Right, directly we need to remember him only. I am struck with even greater wonder, and I rejoice again and again because that form is very rare. Right. यत्र योगेश्वर कृष्णो यत्र पार्थो धनुर्धरः तत्र शरीर विजयो भूते ध्रुव नितिर्मतिर्मम. हरे कृष्ण. Translation.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Wherever there is a Krishna, the master of all mystics, and wherever there is Arjuna, the supreme archer, there will also certainly be opulences, victory, extraordinary power, and morality. That is my opinion. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna also. Yeah, and I say that his lesson, what he is saying, that wherever Yatra Yogeshwaro, Krishna, the master of all mystery, Krishna, right? Yatra Partho, wherever there is Arjuna, the Dhanurdhara, supreme archer, Tatra Shari Vijayo Bhutir, there will also certainly be opulence, Vijaya Bhutir. Dhruva, Nitir, Matir, Mama, victory, extraordinary power and morality, right? That is his opinion, right? So he declares it, because in the starting, what Dhritarashtra asked, and in the battlefield, what did they do? Right? Mamakas, Pandavas, Shaiva, and his Kauravas and the Pandavas, Putras, what did they do? So here is the answer to the Sanjay is answering in the last shloka, that you whatever you asked, they fight or not fight, here is the answer that and wherever Krishna is there, Arjuna is there, definitely there will be they are on the winner side. There will be opulence, there will be victory. The victory is on their side. Their extraordinary power is on their side. Their morality is on their side. Everything is on their side. So this is the answer that Sanjay gives in the last shloka, 700 shloka to the first shloka's answer, that okay, this is his opinion, right? This is what did they do. So this is his opinion, that this is the ultimate result of this, battlefield, what will be happening, right? Because everything is being seen, right? So here it ends the chapter. And it's a longish chapter of the 18th chapter, like similar to the second chapter. So ultimate conclusion is, ultimately conclusion, firstly we need to know it, we are not the body, we are the soul. And and there is a Paramatma lying inside our in the heart of every living entity, and he is available everywhere. And there is, we need to surrender to the Lord. And we talked about karma, we talked about Kal, we talked about Prakriti, we talked about Ishvara, and and the soul, right? So these are the five topics we talked about, and ultimately we need to surrender to the Lord, right? So this is all on the Bhagavad Gita. Hare Krishna.
Very good, Prabhuji. Both.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. You made us
Mhm.
read Bhagavad Gita. Thank you
Right.
so much, Prabhuji. No words actually. There were only two students, but still you took time every day and regularly you were there. I'm
Mm.
talking about myself. I had missed my classes. So many classes I missed, Prabhuji, but consistently you were taking the classes even with two students. That's
It's
remarkable,
okay.
Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Really
No, it's all the
great,
seva,
Prabhuji.
if even if it were one student, then also the seva continues,
No, no, no.
Mataji.
It
That's all.
requires great perseverance, great effort, Prabhuji, and you did it
Mm.
all. Thank you so much. Very interesting classes. In fact, I would like to just go through L2 again. I think I have
Mm.
not absorbed it enough.
Yes, Mataji. We will never, I think absorption is always going on, Mataji. That's why Srila Prabhupada himself used to read the book again. He used to again, yeah, read. So if he reads his own book, then you know what, how many times we need to read, right? So it is always, always, because it is, that's why in the ninth chapter it is saying, "Su sukham karta hu." It is always blissful. This transcendental knowledge reading, if you read Chaitanya Charitamrita, it's all ras. It's all, it's all ras, because it's all, it's all history, right? It's Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's history. It's all ras. If you don't have any affection for the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, definitely it will not be there, because in the starting it not comes, right? We don't know who's Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We are, no, we are acquainted to Krishna, right? We live in India, but we are not acquainted to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, right? So the bhav, the one who has given actually the knowledge, this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, we don't have any, affection for him. We don't have any love for him. We don't start worshiping. So you read the Chaitanya Charitamrita, it's all blissful. No, nothing. It's all straight away. This is the history. It all goes like that, right? So, so please, you'd like that, all continue. I think Purva Matari is not there today. And, thank you for coming. And, taking, I'm not eligible to take the class still, you all came, and we have good discussion on Bhagavad Gita. And I hope that, you all go to the level 5 soon, Bhakti Shastri, take the classes. Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, where do we go from here? Like,
Matari,
what
you
next
will
for us?
you just complete your level 2 certificate in the quiz part in the online on the website, and you
Okay.
just I will just then you just prompt me, okay, on the message. I will convey to the, or you can directly prompt to Nandita Mataji. So then level 3 class, or I will put in the group that this is the level 3 course. You can directly join there. Then I will put in the group then.
Right. Okay.
Right, Mataji. Hare
Thank you
Krishna.
so
Okay,
much,
thank you.
Prabhuji.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so, so much.
Right. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्येव च
Thank you.
पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंतकोटि वैष्णव की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। हरे कृष्ण। थैंक यू। हरे कृष्ण।